Have you ever finished a wonderful story, perhaps one you have written yourself, and felt that persistent, nagging sense that something was just a little bit off, or that a loose end was gently flapping in the wind? It is a common experience, and often a sign that an unresolved plot thread has skillfully evaded your attention. Unresolved plot threads, those little narrative mysteries that never quite get tied up, typically hide in a few common places within a story. You will most often find them lurking in unfinished character arcs, abandoned subplots, world-building details that promised more, and unanswered questions that were introduced early on but never properly revisited. They are the missed opportunities and forgotten promises that can subtly weaken even the strongest narrative. The primary reason these threads hide so effectively is often a combination of a writer's natural tunnel vision during drafting, the organic evolution of a story, and the sheer complexity of weaving multiple narrative strands. As you create, your focus naturally shifts to the most pressing plot points, causing smaller, earlier ideas or emotional setups to fade into the background. Sometimes, a character's initial motivation or a world-building rule is set up, but then the story takes an unexpected turn, and that initial seed is left without its intended growth or resolution. These become narrative echoes, hinting at something that never came to be. To hunt down these elusive threads, you can start by carefully rereading your story with fresh eyes, specifically looking for promises you made to your reader. Pay close attention to every question you posed, every character flaw you introduced, and every mystery you presented. Ask yourself if each of these elements received a satisfactory conclusion or development. One effective technique is to create a detailed timeline or a character arc spreadsheet, charting each character's emotional journey and every subplot's progression. This visual tool can immediately highlight where a thread begins but does not visibly end or transform. An insider tip for truly thorough thread hunting is to read your story backward, sentence by sentence, or even paragraph by paragraph. This unconventional method disrupts your natural reading flow and prevents your brain from smoothing over inconsistencies or filling in gaps. It forces you to critically examine each piece of information as it appears, making it much easier to spot a detail or a setup that is never referenced again. You might be surprised by how many tiny, forgotten promises resurface when you strip away the narrative momentum. Ultimately, identifying and addressing these hidden plot threads transforms your story from simply good to truly cohesive and satisfying. It allows you to deliver on every promise you made to your readers, ensuring that every element, from a character's deepest fear to a forgotten magical artifact, contributes meaningfully to the whole. By consciously seeking out and resolving these subtle disconnects, you craft a narrative that feels complete and leaves a lasting, resonant impression, much like a perfectly tied knot.